Hi all, I'm Vandana Bala, team leader of the Bala Group and corporate broker at Signature Real Estate Group. Today, we're going to talk about how to present the Seller's Real Property Disclosure Form, also known as the SRPD, both to your seller and to your buyer. This is a state-mandated form that you have to have filled out for your files. In fact, most brokers don't pay you unless this document is completed and fully executed and in your file. A quick note, not everyone has to complete the SRPD. There are a few exemptions, and they're detailed right in the SRPD. A majority of the resale transactions that you're going to do will require an SRPD. So if you think that yours doesn't, make sure to speak with your broker. When you present this form to the seller, you will explain that this is the Seller's Real Property Disclosure Form. This is a form where you're going to let the buyer know if you are aware of anything that's gone wrong with the property or that is currently wrong with the property. I encourage people to disclose, and you can never over disclose. The buyer will find out anyways, so it's best that you're upfront about everything, no matter how minimal the seller might think it is. Let the seller take a few minutes to read every line and mark if they know of any defects. After they are done filling it out, read over it to make sure that there aren't any missed spots. When there are any yeses marked on either pages 1 or 2, the seller must write an explanation in the box on page 3. Page 4 has all the law associated with the seller disclosures. One of them deals with non-disclosure, and it states that if the seller knows of something and doesn't disclose it on the form, and the buyer later finds out, they can sue the seller for triple the damages plus attorney's fees. You should always tell the seller to fill this out completely and ask if they have any questions. Never tell the seller how to fill out the form or never do it for them. In fact, Nevada law states that the licensee cannot complete this form for the seller. Completing the form for your client is one of the fastest ways to get fined and have a violation on your record. As a great buyer's agent, your job is to make sure that everything is filled out and no boxes are missing. Your job is not to decide if something shouldn't be there. Let your buyer know this is the seller disclosure. There will still be a home inspection. However, the seller is required by law to let the buyer know what's going on with the property or has happened in the past. Have them look it over, and if they see any red flags, then they should talk with you about it. After, they will initial at the bottom, sign on the last page, and get the form back to you. With state-mandated forms, our job is to be the conduit in between the buyer and the seller. Don't try to interpret or fill it out. If you have any questions on how to present this form to your clients, please don't hesitate to reach out. And as always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and push the notification button to stay up to date on all things real estate.